Good morning, everybody. Hopefully everyone can hear me now. Can I just get a sound check from either Natalie or to confirm everyone can hear me?
Can hear you, yeah.
Yeah, can hear you.
Lovely, thank you. Sorry about the short delay there, guys. Just having some audio issues, and we've had to go back to a bit of old school, and I've had to dial in. So hopefully that everyone can hear me clearly and can see my screen. So I will start our presentation. So this is our first webinar series, and this one is an introduction to EliteCRM and going through some basic features of what you can get out of EliteCRM. So I'm Andrew Blackie, Microsoft Dynamics 365 lead consultant. I've been with Elite now for just under 2 years and work across our two platforms, Elite Parks and EliteCRM. And I've got various certification in the Dynamics 365 platform, fundamentals platform. My background is predominantly in the holiday industry. I've been in the holiday industry now nearly 20 years and a general manager for the past 12 years. So on our first webinar series today, we're going to go through some basic functionality. So things that you can get out of CRM almost straight from the box when you're first on the platform. So we'll be exploring those basic features. Understanding the powerful 360-degree functionality, focusing on the contact record being the core of EliteCRM. Learn how EliteCRM can help your business during a pandemic, and we can go through, again, some little tips on how to use certain things like a dashboard for helping to get those results quicker. We're then going to look at automation and look at a live example of a customer journey being triggered automatically based on certain criteria with a seamless integration with Elite Parks. Okay, so now we've gone through the slide, let's jump in and go to our live demo. So the first thing we're going to look at is dashboards. Dashboards is a basic feature of EliteCRM, but also very, very powerful and what it can deliver and the results that you can see collectively on different types of dashboards. The dashboard that we're looking at now is our interactive dashboard. And on our interactive dashboard, we're looking at bookings as an example, where across the top we have 3 areas focusing on revenue by grade, bookings by month, and then bookings by city. Below that, we've got some key visual indicators, just showing us our arrivals this month, our booking cancellations. So this interactive dashboard, where you can click on any one of these tiles and drill into the booking record directly. But you've also got the option to filter the data based on dates as well. So this is currently looking at this quarter. But if we wanted to have a look at last quarter, by changing the dates, then dynamically changes all of the areas around the dashboard. So you can very quickly see those key results that you're needing to see. And you've also got the option as well to do a custom time frame. And this is quite good to see, to compare how you're performing to this time last year maybe. And you can see how many bookings were arriving that month, how many cancellations did you receive? And by doing those dates dynamically, you've got all that full control. So just focusing on or staying on dashboards for a second, we'll go into our sales overview dashboard. So the sales overview dashboard is one of our standard dashboards, and this will come as standard with the EliteCRM product. And this dashboard can show you all aspects of the sales operation in real time. And that's the beauty of dashboards, is you can combine on a standard dashboards things like deals, leads, appointments, calls, all within one dashboard. So you've got that full 360-degree view. And as an example, we've got a pie chart here showing us deal by status. So how many deals are active, so they're current owners on the park, how many deals are in draft status, so in that deal status stage, and then how many deals are buyback, so a finished deal. We've also got then this example shown as the most popular manufacturer across the group, which again is a good graph to see. We've then got leads, so moving aside from deals and moving on to leads, we've then got bookings by lead source. So how are our different lead sources performing around the group? And then we've got some different areas that we can show, which is average selling price per park. Again, really useful. Even sort of things like a leaderboard for the team, where they can see who is performing the best across the group, or by salesperson, and so on. And then on this one, we've got showing the average site fee per park, where you can see how your site fees are performing across the group also. As an example, we've got most popular manufacturer. So one of the great things to do with a dashboard and how using that basic functionality, what you can do is very quickly drill down into records. So as an example, we've got a new Willoughby that's being launched in September, and we want to market everybody who's in a Willoughby holiday home at the moment and send them some new information. And the way we can do that directly from the dashboard is if I go to view records, I can then see all the records on the right-hand side that relate to the graph on the left. And just by clicking on Willoughby, that will then filter the list down by 12 active deals. So these are the 12 deals that own a Willoughby holiday home now. And just by selecting all of these records, I can then very quickly send an email, add to a marketing list, export those records just within 3 clicks from the dashboard, how you can then drill down and get into that core record information. If we just go back to our dashboards. So we're going to have a look at the booking overview dashboard now, just to finish up on looking at dashboards, as dashboards is the core element to EliteCRM. So in the EliteCRM bookings overview dashboard, we're looking at various aspects here where we can see bookings by total price. And this is shown as by grade. So you can see across the board how your grades are performing. Then we've got agents, which is really important when you've got various agents like Host Seasons and Booking.com and all your own bookings and online bookings. And you can see visually your live results showing you how different agents are performing. And then we've got bookings by outstanding amount by month. Again, this is some crucial information that you can see with those live results. As an example, one of our EliteCRM customers recently increased their booking prices just by reviewing these results and seeing revenue by grade plot on the dashboard. They were able to see that a certain grade wasn't performing as well as the others, then increased the price that same day. Bookings levels remained the same, but of course that core price had increased just by seeing these visual indicators on the dashboard. We've then got some other dashboards that again come as standard, looking at top 5 plots and then looking at top 5 plots by revenue. Moving on to the pandemic and how these dashboards can help you is there's certain times when an area might go into lockdown and you need to contact those people really quickly. Utilizing the dashboard functionality, you're able to do that, similar to what we looked into earlier with Willoughby. So for example, Chesterfield has just gone back into lockdown, or there's some further restrictions being held in that area, and you need to contact all of those people quickly. And we can do that by looking at our dashboard. We can see here we've got bookings by city. If I drill into those records, so I can do that with 1 click, then click on Chesterfield, 2nd click, and I can now select all of those records. I can add to a marketing list. I can add to a pre-configured workflow where you've got all your HTML template already set up, and I can do that from the ribbon at the top via the flow button, or I can export those records. So just within those 3 clicks from the dashboard, I can get straight to those individuals that I need to contact regarding a restriction or a lockdown. And that's how you can utilize EliteCRM to work in conjunction with real life examples like the pandemic, and using it to contact people quickly. All of the dashboards that we've looked at, as mentioned before, come as standard with EliteCRM. So that would give you those real-time results as soon as you are on the platform and seeing all of this information straight away. So the next thing we're going to look at is the contact element. So the contact is the core record in EliteCRM. So if we just click on contacts, and this is where the contact record gives you the full 360-degree view of the customer. So if we drill into the contact record is core for the owner or the person who is a booking, and you can see all of that information directly from the contact. So we've got their core contact information. If they're an owner on the park, we'll display their customer number. You then have their timeline in the middle, which the timeline brings everything together. So any communication that's gone out to that customer, either via a booking or a maintenance job and so on, will all come back to the core contact record. And we've then also got full synchronization with the contact preferences in Elite Parks. Looking at the profile tab, this is where now you're able to see how the contact 360 perspective comes together. So just from the profile tab, I'm able to see the amount of deals that Peter Beckett, as an example, has with us and what the deal numbers are, and also what the total value of those deals. If Peter's had any bookings, that would also show. And the same for his maintenance jobs, his leads, and then any related cases. And this becomes important with cases in particular when you have incidents on parks or a manager needs to go out and see a customer. Go into that contact record and seeing all of this information all together on one record really helps decision making and finding out exactly what's going on. And then over in the right hand side, this is then how we're integrating with Elite Parks and seeing all of that core record and the core seamless integration come together, where we're able to see the customer's outstanding balance and outstanding invoices all built in and integrated with an EliteCRM as if it's all one product. One of the things that you can do is open up the owner card. So if we open up the owner card in Elite Parks, this pops up directly with that owner, and I can see all of their core information, drilling into their balance and seeing their customer ledger entries. I can then also drill into actions and go to point of sale to take a payment on account or pay an invoice for this particular customer. And also drill into all of the related areas for the owner, whether that be their comments or a maintenance job, or even if they have owner bookings and their unit card. So this pop-up now gives you that full integration where you're not having to leave CRM to then open up Elite Parks. You can see everything all in one place. Then once you finish working on that record, it's just a case of closing it, and then you're back working in EliteCRM. You can also do the same for contact preferences, and you can now open this up directly within the contact record, view the contact preferences, amend them as you need to, give a reason code of why they've been amended, and then once they've been changed, you can then close the pop-up window, and then within the real-time synchronization, we'll then update the contact preferences for you on the right-hand side. So what we're going to have a look at now is looking at how the integration between Elite Parks and the customer journey comes together. And this is where we can see it happening live now in real time. So if we just go to bookings, and I'm going to go into Fred Smith. So we can see with Fred that we have a booking allocated to a park and a unit and a plot, but we can see this booking is not yet confirmed and still has an outstanding balance. And the journey that we've set up to trigger automatically is based on the booking being confirmed, which is once they've paid a balance or paid a deposit, will then change to confirmed. So if we open up the Elite Parks booking card, so this is Fred Smith's booking record within Elite Parks, and I can now very quickly take a payment for Fred, and I'm going to take his balance payment. And then take the payment. So once I've taken this payment within the pop-up of Elite Parks, this will then change the booking to confirmed. And of course, I've now got no outstanding balance, and that's all settled. And they're the trigger points that pushes back in real time to EliteCRM to trigger the journey to go. So we're just going to refresh the page. We are doing this in real time, so we just need to wait a couple of seconds for that all to pull through. And there's many journeys that can be triggered automatically as well. So this one is based on confirmed, but we also have different elements where you can trigger it based on a status change. So of departed, for example. So once that booking is departed, it can then trigger a survey for the outgoing customer that will also be fed back into the record as well. So we can now see that the record's been updated. It's now showing as confirmed, and we can see that the customer has no outstanding balance. So what's going to happen now is, now that's been updated in EliteCRM, it's also going to trigger the automatic journey. So if I just refresh one more time, this is a background workflow that's happening. We can now see at 11:24, our journey has just populated in the timeline, and I can open that record. And this is the booking confirmation that's just been sent by that trigger happening in Elite Parks. And we can see all of the information and the booking price and the amount that the customer's paid. And these templates can all be designed beautifully via HTML templates that drop into the journeys at different stages, and having the ability to attach terms and conditions and things into the journey if needs be. And that's an example of, within a few minutes really, in real time, how once you can very quickly drill into the record within Elite Parks and then trigger journeys automatically to function through out of EliteCRM without leaving the platform, and it all stays within the same area. Thank you very much. That is our sort of overview of the basic functionalities of how you can really benefit from EliteCRM, and how utilizing things like the dashboard, the contact record, and the customer journeys, of how all of that can come together to give you that platform and that seamless integration within Elite Parks. So we're now going to go on to the Q&A session and just see if you have any questions about that short demo that we've just seen. So over to you, I believe, Harriet.
Thank you, Andrew. That's fantastic.
No problem.
We've only got one question so far, but if any of the attendees would like to post their questions to the section within GoToWebinar, there's just a little drop down, and you can just type away and we'll try and answer them. So the first question is, how long does it take to implement EliteCRM from start to finish?
Okay, good question. So if EliteCRM was running on its own, so for example, if you've already got our Elite Parks product, then for a gold installation, it's roughly 8 weeks, and for a diamond, roughly 12 weeks. If it's with Elite Parks, then we will run it alongside the Elite Parks implementation as well, and just coincide with key points that are happening with Elite Parks, and that both products can go live then at the same time.
Thank you, Andrew. So we've got a question here about the platform. So what platforms can EliteCRM run on?
Okay, good question, because the beauty of CRM is that it's a cloud product of Microsoft Dynamics 365. So it runs beautifully on any platform, mobile device, tablet, desktop, and there is a really good app, and it's called Dynamics 365. You can download it from the App Store or the Play Store. And everything works really well. It's one of them ones, if you have EliteCRM or thinking about getting it, it's a really good idea to download it and just see how things we've been looking at today, like the dashboards, of how well they look on a mobile device. And it all actually works as if you're in a normal browser, nothing's degraded with even the mobile device. So yeah, works perfectly on all platforms.
I've got a question here about dashboards. Just following on from that, can the dashboards be customised, I assume, for individual parks requirements or departments requirements?
Absolutely, yeah. And there's two types of dashboards that you can have. You can have a personal dashboard and a system dashboard. So with a personal dashboard, based on permissions, you can actually build any type of dashboard that you need. So all the dashboards that we've seen today, you can build out of the box as a user and build your own personal dashboard that works with views and charts, and you can display all of those different core areas within a dashboard. Or at a group level, you can create system dashboards, which then can be used by the whole group. And you can set them as standard, again, by permission based, but they're completely customizable and you're able to build them all yourself out of the box.
Thank you, Andrew. We've got time for one more question.
No problem at all.
Do we provide standard customer journey examples for our customers to use, I assume, as a guide or as a template for them to implement?
We do, yes. We have two templates, so one for booking journeys and one for owner journeys. And in those templates, so for example, an owner journey template can have a welcome to our park, a 3-month referral, 12-month anniversary, and that's sort out of the box for a normal flow of an owner journey. And then we do have the standard one for booking as well. So similar to what we've seen today, when you have an arrival or confirmed, you'll get the booking confirmation and then sort of mid-booking and then also the day before arrival. And that's all something that we do have as standard with EliteCRM if you wanted to use our standard ones.
Fantastic. That's it for questions today.
Lovely. Thank you very much for that, Natalie. So just to finish up, guys, if you do want a more of a deep dive from EliteCRM, look into anything that we've seen today in more detail. If you want to research more about that integration within Elite Parks, have a look into how setting up those dashboards work, or featuring any of the questions that you've asked today, please get in touch with one of our account managers. So that's either Jermaine or Nicola, and they will be able to give you more information, schedule some more time. And if you do want more of a deep dive or something that's more personal for your needs on your park, we can schedule that in by one of the account managers for you. And that is me. Thank you so much for attending our first webinar today, guys. Thank you very much. As I say, this is the first in the series that we're doing. I believe the next one will be Elite Parks, and on our next EliteCRM one, we'll then do more of a deep dive into things like dashboards and just getting some more detail on how to set those various elements up. So thank you very much.